guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you can't already tell by the tan, I have just got back from Florida. Oh my god, it was so much fun. I don't know whether or not this light is a bit too bright and I'm like greasier than literally, don't know what's greasy, but anyway, I'm chilling on my sofa. I couldn't be bothered to get like a nice little spot because I am so jet lagged. Guys, I literally went to bed at 5 AM this morning. Jet lag is real right now. So I went and got my nails done this morning. Focus. I feel like I went for a brown matte. Guys, it's officially autumn, so that's why I done that. I go for my nails this morning. And I also had a couple of ads to film, so was up bright and early. Had about 3-4 hours sleep, so shattered. Gonna have to try and not nap all day today, guys. It's literally 1 PM and I'm yawning. Anyway, I headed over to my Snapchat and I basically asked them, because I didn't vlog the trip, which I know probably is annoying to some of you and a lot of you probably wanted to see, but I just kind of wanted to enjoy it and live in the moment. And I was quite active sort of on my Snapchat because it's quite easy, quick and easy to do. Looked at Snapchat and said would they be interested in like a little Q&A or like regarding the trip, because a lot of you messaged me saying you were coming soon or you're thinking about booking it. And let me tell you now, booking Disney and Universal is not an easy thing. You cannot do it in, like me and Chloe booked Ibiza for instance, booked that in about 10 minutes, like quickly, flights, hotel, yeah, boom. Is not as simple as that. So I thought I'd give you all my little tips and tricks, what I did, like how much certain things cost, this stuff, like what's good to wear, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I've like put a little Q&A on Instagram to get the questions, because I'm sure I'll end up forgetting something. But let's just head straight into it, shall we? Yeah, so we headed off to Disney, well, Orlando in Florida. We was there for 10 nights, which was definitely enough. However, a lot of people do go for 2 weeks. But we actually stayed, I did like a package on British Airways because I really like flying with British Airways. Don't know why, I just do, and it's good because you can build up your points. So like I booked directly through British Airways, and then I earned some points from booking the flights and stuff like that. And then I actually had like £100 that I could take off the flight as well, from other points that I'd had. And they do hotels on British Airways, which I never knew. My friend Lucy, she might watch this, I'm not sure. She's been to Orlando, like Disney, growing up so many times, and it was actually a surprise for Liam, so I couldn't ask Liam for help on it, so that's why I asked her to come round and actually help me book it. Booked the hotel through British Airways, and we stayed at the Waldorf Astoria, which it isn't actually technically a Disney hotel, it's like a Disney sister hotel. If you stay, basically what I didn't know is if you stay within the vicinity of Disney or the vicinity of Universal, then you actually get quite a lot of benefits. I'm not too sure what the benefits are that you get for Disney. For our hotel, we still got free shuttle buses to each park in Disney. Wasn't connected to Universal at all. Universal was a bit further away. When we went there, we just had to get an Uber, which is super easy to get, and it took us about 20 minutes to get there from the Waldorf. But the shuttle buses, super easy to use. There's like a timetable, and you jump on the bus, it's free, and it takes you to any Disney park you want. And then once you're at Disney, you also have like Disney transportation, like the monorail is a train, which is really cool, and it really looks like futuristic. Like when we was out there, you know, like our trains in London, like I know you have overground trains, but they're just kind of like on the floor level, or you have underground. This train, it had like stilts, and this train was in the air. And it was like quite cool. So what you have with Disney, with the transportation, you've obviously got Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, Hollywood Studios, the Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. Right, this is just so much to do, which is why people go for 2 weeks. That's just Disney. Then at Universal, you've got Universal Studios, Universal Islands of Adventure, and then you have Volcano Bay. So if you stay at a Universal Hotel, what I didn't know, and I'm gutted about not knowing, because you get free express passes, which and you also get to go to the park an hour early before everyone else. So good. And the express passes, guys, we bought them for Universal because the wait times, so we obviously came September, early September, when all the kids have gone back to school, so it was literally the most ideal time. If I'm going to recommend you to go, it's because everyone's all done it in the summer, and now everyone's just gone back to school. People can't take their kids out of school when it's just first starting, whereas, like, you know, a little bit later on in the year, I'm like, oh, we'll take a cheeky, like, couple of days off and take, if you live in America, and take them off and go to Disney or something. But because school had just started, like, there was basically no kids in Universal. There was kids at Disney because Disney is more for kids. Still, the wait times was around, like, some were like 45 minutes, some were 60 minutes, depending on how new and how good the roller coaster was. But some waits were like 120 minutes. The express passes just mean you get a completely separate queue. You go on it straight away. I literally didn't even have to queue. And they were, so for Universal Studios, we paid for the express, which means you could go on each ride using your fast lane once. You've got the option to do that, or you can get a express pass where you get unlimited amount of times on the ride. The unlimited one didn't get that, but that was something like $200 each. So for the one-time pass for each ride, we paid, I think it was like $140 per person for Universal Islands of Adventure. Then Universal Studios, I managed to find it online and book it online further in advance, like a few days in advance, and that was cheaper, and I think I ended up paying something like $80 per person, which is, like, you know, a big discount compared to $140 each. If you go online, you can book the express passes in advance. It's cheaper. Then, right, so then we did the Halloween Horror Night. Guys, if you're gonna go and it's on, like, if it's around this time, you have to do it because it is so fun. I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out how to buy these express passes online for the Horror Night, because you can do it for the day, but the Horror Night is a nighttime one, and I didn't know whether or not if I did it for the day, it would still be, like, open for the night. I thought you'd probably have to buy a special express pass for the Halloween thing. There's loads of little desks, like when you walk into the park, there's loads of people who have little stand-up bits that are selling express passes. You just go up to them and just buy them there and then. It's like so easy to do. We went there, they said, oh, they've sold out of the one-time pass, so you have to do the unlimited one, which was $220 each, which is loads of money. I'm lucky in the position where I could do it, but completely understand why people wouldn't do it. Yeah, if you are thinking about doing it, then just plan in advance. Can't help you on whether or not you can buy the Halloween one in advance, so still didn't figure that one out. So I had to just do it there. But it was, the Halloween Horror Night was so much busier than the actual park during the day itself. There were so many more people at the Halloween Horror Night, so I don't know whether or not they all turned up on the dot 6:30, and then I'd bought them there. And then by the time we got there, because we didn't get there till like 7:30, so within that hour, the one-time passes like sold out, so then we were left with the unlimited. Disney, the really annoying thing about Disney, which I didn't know before I went, and I was actually on the plane and so I started chatting to the girl next to me, and she was telling me all the stuff, and she was like, "You're not very organised, are you?" I was like, "No, didn't know any of this." So basically, because of COVID, you now have, it's been like that way obviously since COVID when it reopened, you now have to reserve the park that you want to go to. Luckily, because of the time of the year that we went, and it wasn't super busy. But if you're going in a school holidays, you have to kind of plan ahead, because the park could be full and there'd be no, like, you literally will get turned away. It's not like you just turn up and be like, woohoo, yeah, let's go. You have to like reserve and tell Disney that you're coming there that day. So it's all on the app. Like, you've got, download the Universal app, download the Disney app if you're going to both. If you're doing one or the other, obviously download one or the other. On the Disney app, I'll show you actually. So here, you can see where it says start plan your day. So I've selected get started, press start now, and it says not quite ready to craft your day, schedule your park visit. And then that will take you to another link where you will then choose which day you want to go to which park. And that's it then. Then the app logs that you're going there that day. The other really annoying bit, so not only do you have to plan where you're going and reserve that, you also have to book what ride you want to go on. Can't just like, well, you can, but the Disney queue rides are, the Disney ride queue, the queues for the Disney ride are so much longer than Universal, I think, because there's so many families there. It's like there's a lot more people. The wait times were mad crazy. We didn't actually go on that many rides in Disney. The process of it was so annoying. So yeah, so we didn't want to, like, we can go in a standby queue, or what you can do is there's this thing called Disney Genie Plus, right? And if you purchase that, which is something like $11 each, $12 each, not a lot. Yeah, so it tells you all the rides, what the wait times are. So you haven't got to go to the ride and look at the board. You can go on your app and see how long the wait times are. With the Disney Genie Plus, you select what ride you want to go on first, and it will put you in a virtual queue. Luckily, with the Disney Genie Plus, we could get it quite instantly. So it would be like 1:15, and then they'd say you could go on it in the next 15 minutes. So it means you can like book a ride, maybe go grab an ice cream, go do whatever, and then when it's your time, you go. But you can only book one ride at a time. Like, when we went there, I managed to do one day 3 rides at a time, which I'm not sure how, but all the other days I could only book one ride at a time. And then once I'd been on that ride, then you can book the next one. But the problem is the best rides are not available within 15 minutes. So for instance, what did I go on? The Tower of Terror. I wanted to make sure I could get on that before we left, and it was, let's say we got there at like 11, it wasn't available to go on till 1:30. But we couldn't go on another ride because I booked that one out. But the later you leave it, then you can't go on it because there's no virtual queue left. I know that sounds so silly, but people book it up so quickly that then the queue for the ride goes, and you know, you can't do it. So I've obviously wanted to book it to make sure I go on it, but then we had 2 hours where we literally couldn't go on any rides unless we waited 2 hours for one ride. I just can't stand in like a queue in that heat. It was so hot. I couldn't stand in that heat for that long. So we just, you know, chilled, ate food, had a walk around, like just explored basically. So it was like, it's fine, but just so you're prepared, so you know, because I feel like not knowing and then me finding that out, I was like, this is really quite annoying. Good news is, if you're going to Orlando after January 2024, they are scrapping all of that. So this is only information that's needed if you're going to Disney, or if you're going to Disney within the next few months. How much spending money would you recommend for 2 weeks? Let me tell you now, Florida is expensive. We went out for breakfast. Some days, sometimes we have the breakfast in. So for breakfast, if you eat out, would say for 2 people, I would have an omelette, Liam would have an omelette, and he'd also have pancakes. Then we'd have like a coffee each and a water, right? That would be about $50 to $60, which is quite a lot of money for breakfast. At the hotel, because it was like a buffet thing, it was $40 each. and then obviously you have to tip on top of that. So that was like $100 just for breakfast, so $50 each. At night time we would go to International Drive quite a lot. There's loads and loads of restaurants, which I'll probably do like a I'll read out some of our favourites and stuff in a sec. But I'd say we weren't drinking loads. I'd maybe have like 1 beer, Liam might have 2 beers, or I'd have 1 cocktail. We would get like a starter to share, a main each, and a side. And that would come, that kind of varied really depending on where we went, but we never went somewhere like, you know, mega fancy or anything. It was like a super chill holiday, and I'd say dinner for 2 people would be between $100 and $130. Lunch, again, if you're at the parks, they will absolutely rinse you. If you just get like a little slice of pizza or like a store or something, it could be like $16 or something. But if you go and have a sit down meal, again, that could be about $50–60. You want to buy like merch, or if you want to get an ice cream, or you need drinks, like, because you'll walk around all day, you are going to get thirsty. You are probably going to buy a fan because it's so hot. And if you're Disney, Universal, like fanatic, you're definitely going to buy some sort of merch. So I bought the ears, for instance. The ears were, what were the ears? The ears was like $23. Yeah, I'd say like a $250 per day. That's for 2 people though. So let's work that out for 2 weeks. 250 times by 14, $3,500, but that would be per person $1,750. So yeah, it is expensive, I'm not gonna lie about that. You can obviously do it cheaper, you can obviously do it more expensive, but I would say we just did it quite like normal, where we weren't on a budget, but we definitely weren't, I weren't buying loads. I bought one pair of ears, but didn't buy any other merch. Bought 1 fan because it was so hot, and then we bought, you can, in Disney, I don't know if you can do it in Disney and Universal, but in Universal we bought this cup and it was like $18, and you can refill the cup up with drinks throughout the whole day. So if there's like a family of 4, you could just buy 1 and just keep refilling it, and like you can all drink out of it if you don't care about germs, obviously. So me and Liam shared that. Buy your park tickets before you went? If so, how much were they? Yes, I did. Let me get it up. So attractiontickets.com. attractiontickets.com is where I bought my Disney and Universal tickets. So I bought a Disney Universal combo ticket. You'll be able to see it on the website. It's like the first one that comes up. So that gives you access to both parks as a whole, and then all the parks that come in between, come underneath that, for 14 days. For those I paid £1,580. So we was only there for 10 days, so we ended up paying for days that we weren't there. But it's really cheeky because you can't like give your ticket to someone, because you get your QR code, and then when you scan it, and then you have to do your fingerprint when you get at the gate. So if your fingerprint is different, you don't get allowed in. So much to it. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky they are. The Horror Night, I paid for 2 people £129. The Horror Night is from 6:30 till 2 AM. So you literally are there, you can be there like for a really long time. So that's 130, yeah, so £65 each. So yeah, who did you book through? Obviously booked through BA for flights and hotel, and then attraction tickets for the parks. How long is it on the plane? Out there was like 9.5 hours. Coming back was like 8 hours. Did you travel between places? So yeah, I didn't hire a car, mainly because when I was telling people about it, they were basically saying like Liam is not over 25, so Liam wouldn't be able to drive, and I'm definitely not a confident driver to be driving on American roads. Like, I know people probably say it's easy, but there's so many lanes, I'd forget which side of the road you're supposed to drive on. The fact that the steering wheel was on the other side also freaks me out. So yeah, I just was like, no thank you. So I did Uber, and Uber was quite cheap. To go to Universal, which was 20 minutes away, would be about £13. Did you go on the Jurassic Velocicoaster? Yes, and it was so sick. Favourite rides actually were that you have to go on Velocicoaster, all the Harry Potter rides. Harry Potter rides are sick, sick. You know what I didn't realise actually? There's a lot of simulator rides. A lot of them. Islands of Adventure is like high rides, like scary ones, like thrill roller coasters, which I loved. That was what we did the first day, and that was probably one of my favourite days. But like at like the smaller parks, it's a lot of like indoor rides and like simulators. And don't get me wrong, they were really cool and really clever. Like I do not know how they make them, but oh my god, do they make you feel sick. If you have like motion sickness, then you're fucked. Like you can't go on that because it's actually horrible. There was one that we went on, it's called Mission Space, and it's like they pretend that like you're actually in a rocket and like you've got this simulator screen in front of you, and it's really tight and claustrophobic. And then like the simulator, like it's as if you're going up into space and you're going to Mars. I'm not joking you, like clearly the thing's not moving, you're not, you know, going up in the air, but it does something that, and my face has gone like this, and like your body feels really heavy. And it was horrible. This was really good. The Riptide rocket or something at Universal Studios, the one that goes dry, that was fun. When we went to Halloween night, because we had the unlimited one, we just literally went on that like 3 times in a row because we're trying to get our money's worth, to be honest. Places to eat. So breakfast places, we went to, like I said, Kiki's, First Watch and Denny's. Denny's is like super, super greasy. If you want like proper American diner, like greasy food, go there. It was nice, but like couldn't eat that every day. First Watch was really lovely, like a nice like setting, not as greasy, the more healthier options, had the most unreal iced coffee. Like it was, I mean, there's so much sugar in everything, and like American food, American portions are crazy, like crazy big. But yeah, First Watch was good, and Kiki's was nice, but Kiki's did like, oh my god, Liam got these pancakes. They're the biggest pancakes I've ever seen in my life. Dinners, place I'd recommend, Maggiano's Little Italy, the best pasta ever. It's obviously Italian, and get the lasagna. I died and went to heaven. I've been thinking about that lasagna ever since I had it. Maggiano's literally is on International Drive by Point, don't know what it's called. Longhorn Steakhouse. Unreal. Kind of gave me from the UK like Miller and Carter vibes, like really nice sides. That steak was unreal. Obviously I had ribs, they were just unreal. Yard House, guys, no one recommended this apart from, we met a couple when we were out there and they said to us go there, but when I was asking for recommendations on Snapchat and stuff, no one said it, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure, but like fuck it, let's go, because she said it was like a sports bar. Liam really wanted to go to a sports bar, and like it'd be a bit of a vibe, drink some beer, like a proper like chicken wings and things like that, which I was like so up for. So I said go to Yard House. Oh my god, the food is insane. The menu is huge, so you could literally like, it was so hard to decide what you wanted, and vibe was good. The waiter there was like so nice, and Miller's Ale House as well is another sports bar, like good vibes, do the best chicken tenders. We were on the hunt for the best buffalo chicken wings because we love chicken wings, and Yard House absolutely smashed it. Like the edamame beans at Yard House, with a bit of a weird combo, but that's what we had to start. We had buffalo wings and edamame beans, but they were spicy. And oh, Disney Springs to eat, and the Boathouse. The Boathouse is really nice, but it is mainly all fish. If you don't like fish, then I wouldn't go. But I had the shrimp mac and cheese. They do mac and cheese so good out there, so fucking good. Disney Springs is really good. Also, if you love cookies, there's this place called Gideon's. I'm gonna show you. Gideon's Bakehouse. That basically has got famous cookies in, like so many people told us to go there, and if you're a cookie fan you'll love it, but we're not really massive cookie fans, to be honest. Everyone was recommending us go to Olive Garden, and I just found it really not nice. Like, it was just, ugh. Liam ordered meatballs and spaghetti and it just was so bland. Like, it was just like someone had put tomato puree on a plate with a meatball and spaghetti, like no seasoning, like no flavour. It was really weird, so I wouldn't even recommend that. My battery's about to go, but outfits, it depends where you got, what time you go, but definitely nothing with sleeves, because I got sweat patches to death when I wore that. So arms out. I got a few bits from Adanola, like little like vest from Pretty Little Thing with like a skirt, so it's like a skirt but shorts underneath, so like you're not doing any flashing. An Adanola dress, it's on my Instagram. And it's got shorts underneath as well, so I could wear a cute little dress, but also again no flashing on rides. Just very airy like clothing, t-shirt, cycling shorts. Nobody dresses up, it's like super chill. Comfort is key out there, like 100%. Well, I'm probably going to leave it there then, because I feel like I've just rambled on. But if there's anything that you want to know in the comments, like anything I haven't mentioned, I'll reply to your comment and let you know. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.